What if I told you that there are two perennials that bloom for weeks, attract pollinators, laugh at summer heat, are mostly deer resistant, and ask for almost nothing in return? Today, I'm sharing two perennials that I think deserve a spot in every sunny garden. And by the end of this video, you'll know which one would be perfect for your garden. I'll also show you what to plant before and after these two perennials so that you have color in your garden all season long. Let's dig in. Welcome back to Up to Something in the Garden. And today we're going to look at two of my very favorite perennials. Let's start with the taller of the two. This beautiful purple flower is one of my favorite natives. This is called Liatris, also known as blazing star. The first thing you'll probably notice is its very unique flower head, which blooms from the top down. Once you notice it, you'll never stop looking for it. Now, mine grows between 3 and 4 feet tall, making it perfect for the middle toward the back of a sunny perennial garden. And this gorgeous foliage stays attractive all season long, even when the plant isn't blooming. And what I really love, it helps shade the base of the plant and protect the soil so that weeds don't get a hold. So this plant will not only look beautiful when it's blooming, but it's also going to help protect your garden from weeds, saving you time. Then, once these brilliant purple stalks start blooming, they become a star in your garden. And if you love butterflies, then this plant definitely belongs on your list. And one of the reasons that I always recommend it is because it is native to the United States. So it is great for supporting your local wildlife and your local ecosystem. Another reason why I really love Liatris is that it is a very affordable plant. You can purchase this right now in your garden center looking like this. But if you're patient and you'd like to save a little money, you can buy bags of corms from places like Costco and Walmart in the spring and plant them, and it will cost you a fraction of the price and reward you for years. And here's the best part. It's incredibly easy to grow. It tolerates drought. Deer mostly leave it alone. Disease problems are really rare. And once it finishes blooming, you can follow the stalk down below the buds and just give it a little bit of a haircut if you like a tidy appearance. However, I like to leave some of my flower stalks because they add winter interest, and certain birds like goldfinches really love to eat the seed heads. They're also really great because the stems can provide a habitat for beneficial insects over the winter. In fact, the only thing that this plant doesn't love is super wet soil. Give it sun and good drainage and it will reward you for years. But if you think that this plant is low maintenance, wait until you meet the next plant on our list, which is not only low maintenance, but also invites in beneficial insects that actually protect your garden. This is Yarrow. Yarrow is also technically a native, however, that's the white kind. This kind I grew from seed, and this is Johnny Seeds Yarrow in red shades. This is actually bred with European genetics, so not technically a native, but still a pollinator magnet. These flowers not only look gorgeous in your garden, but they also look fantastic in fresh cut flower bouquets. So if you like to make your own, this is definitely something that you want to put on your shopping list. And one thing that I really appreciate is how long it blooms. This has a very long bloom time, and if you deadhead your flowers once they start to fade, you'll get a second flush of blooms later in the season. Just like the Liatris foliage, the Yarrow foliage is a soft fern-like foliage that also will shade your soil and protect it from letting weeds get a hold. It's also drought tolerant, deer resistant, and requires very little care. In fact, it doesn't even like fertilizer. If you give it too much fertilizer, it will actually get really floppy, long growth and won't perform well, so don't spoil it. And this plant supports more than butterflies. It attracts ladybugs, lacewings, damselbugs, and even tiny parasitic wasps that help defend your garden from other garden pests. So imagine bringing in an army of insects to protect your flowers. Nature is amazing. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Yarrow does spread. It can reseed and it can spread through rhizomes under the ground. So if you want something that stays exactly where it's put, this may not be the flower for you, but personally, I kind of like having extra plants and not having to pay for them. And I planted some of these in my garden last year, and this year they have almost doubled in size. So which one should you choose? If you want dramatic height, go with Liatris. If you want months of summer blooms, go for Yarrow. If you want butterfly magnets, choose Liatris. If you love making flower bouquets, choose Yarrow. Personally, I plant both because they enjoy the same sunny conditions and complement each other beautifully. Look at these gorgeous colors together. But when you're designing a garden, you don't want one that's going to peak in 1 week or even 1 month. You want a garden that's going to surprise you with blooms all season long. So what can you plant these gorgeous flowers with that's going to continue to bloom all season long? Always start with spring bulbs, but once those start to fade, you can pair these with early season bloomers like catmint, salvia, and peonies. Then I plant these with my Shasta daisies and they take over the show when those early bloomers start to fade. Then in the midsummer, my hardy hibiscus take over and continue the show. And we end the season with panicle hydrangeas, sedum like autumn joy, and asters. Instead of planting a garden that peaks all at the same time, think of gardening as a relay race. As one group finishes their bloom, the next one takes the baton and continues the show. And that will keep your garden blooming with color for months. I'd love to know what you think. Do you plant either of these in your garden? And if so, which one is your favorite? And if you love beautiful flowering plants that are no maintenance, I recently did a video on how to build the perfect low maintenance garden with huge blooms and almost no work. So if you haven't seen it, you should watch that next. And remember, every beautiful garden starts somewhere. Sometimes it's with just one pollinator magnet. If you learned something from this video today, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time when we're up to something in the garden. Have a great day.